Hey there, Rachel here. Today I want to talk about how to declutter your home fast. So you've decided to simplify, you're ready to get rid of the majority of your stuff. That's wonderful. And you probably want to have it done yesterday, right? Like we always just ready to be done with it all. I wish I was done with it already. So it can be done. It is challenging. If you have a lot of stuff, if you've been a collector and you have different rooms that are really just filled and like they're storage rooms, then this is going to be more of a process. It's not like we can just do it in a weekend. If you have more of a home where like all the surfaces are clear and it's just the closets and cupboards that are full, then it's more realistic that you could go through it quickly. But decluttering is heavy work. It can be heavy work. So first off, it's important to know how much time you have to devote to decluttering. Things like this don't happen unless we set aside time to do it. So we can wish, just like when we want to get healthier, like maybe I want to exercise or I want to change my diet. If we just say like, I want to eat healthier, it doesn't really happen. You have to plan out your meals. Like, what does eat healthier mean? Like, what kind of foods am I going to eat? What foods do I need to buy at the grocery store? How much time do I have to prepare the meals? Those type of things. Decluttering is the same. If we want to embrace minimalism, if we want to simplify our house in any way, we have to make a plan to get that done. And whether that's setting aside time to do it or knowing which room you're working in, which area you're working in, all of that, it takes intention to get it done. So if you do not know how much time it's going to take you to declutter, then maybe start with a project. Give yourself a drawer or a cupboard and time yourself. See how long it takes you to go through that. And how to go through that would be to remove everything, put back the things that you know you use, you enjoy, they benefit you, put those back in the drawer, and then look at the rest and discard as much as possible from that pile that's left over, if not all of it. All of it would be awesome. But don't be discouraged if it takes longer than you think it does. I always think I can get way more done than the time that I have. I'm very ambitious in my thoughts. Like, oh yeah, I could get that done, and then it turns out that no, like my energy and my mental resources are actually limited, and I can only get a certain amount done and complete. And so we have to account for that too. But even thinking of like Marie Kondo, she says she wants you to go through your house quickly, and to her quickly is still a 6-month process. So this isn't overnight. This isn't one weekend. This is a process. So give some grace to yourself. Then set aside time on your calendar. Make a date, set a date with yourself of when you are going to get the decluttering done. Is that going to be every day? Is it going to be every weekend? Is it going to be every other weekend? If you don't set it on your calendar, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't get done. You have to make that plan and keep that plan and treat that date important, just like you would going to the dentist, getting a haircut, going out for coffee with your best friend. This is an important thing. If you want your home to change, you have to make sure that it's a priority. Okay, next is to minimize distractions. So when that time comes on the calendar, I like to use my phone reminders because I forget things even if they're on the calendar. Even when I look at them yesterday and think, okay, tomorrow I have this, this, and this, I still forget. So I set my phone reminder for an hour or half hour before whatever is supposed to happen. Like if it's an appointment that I need to go to, I give myself that amount of time to stop what I'm doing, get ready, and go, and give myself time to actually get to the appointment. So I set reminders for myself all the time so I follow through with my commitments. So your time comes, then turn your phone off so it's silent so you're not disrupted with that, and have 3 boxes set up. So my recommendation is a donate, a trash, and then a to put away box. So this to put away box is because I don't know about everybody else, but people with kids, this happens. We have stuff all over the house that belong in different areas of the house. Think of the kitchen. Sometimes there's toys in the kitchen. Sometimes there's, like, I don't know, random pieces of paper that need to go downstairs or in the file cabinet, or just, it could be anything. And instead of being distracted by, oh, I need to go put this where it belongs, I put it in my to put away box. And when at the end of my decluttering session, I can take that to put away box, I can wander around the house, and I can put the things where they belong instead of allowing myself to get distracted by putting things away. Because, yeah, some part of decluttering is putting things where they belong, because they don't always belong where they're currently sitting. So, having a to put away box can help with that distraction. And then understand that you only have so much decision-making power. There's people out there that can focus. Tammy in our group, she did it in I don't remember, it was a short amount of time, 90 days. She just knocked it out, and she's one of those people that can do that can sit for long periods of time and make decision after decision and make progress. But that's not most people. Most of us, we have a finite a finite amount of decision-making ability. And when that ends, then we just start shuffling stuff. Instead of, if we have all this stuff in front of us and we have our boxes, instead of making a decision of, okay, this is donate, this is trash, this needs to go in the other room, instead of making those decisions, we're just kind of shuffling them around and we don't make a decision. So if you get to that point, understand that that's it for today. You need to take a break, step away, go find something else to do. I see this in my work. So when I sit down at the computer, if I'm going to write a blog post, and I can write and I can be focused for about 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden I find myself checking social media and opening different tabs and looking at this images, and I just distract myself, and I realize that I'm sitting there and I'm just going from one tab to another. I'm not actually getting anything done. And it's the same. It's just time for me to step away, go find something else to do. As there's no point in sitting there without making progress. So if you're not making progress anymore, then go do something that's more interesting, that gives your mind a break, it refreshes you, rejuvenates you. Whatever it is, it's time to walk away. And this is okay. Usually that limit is reached about the 3-hour mark. And so when I have a course oh, I forgot my hat. This week, I'm talking about my Unfuss Your Home boot camp, and we focus on 1 to 3 hours a day, because that's what I found is most people can focus for about 3 hours and then they're done. They're just done making decisions. They're tired of decluttering, tired of working. And if we push past that, we don't usually get stuff done. So it's just focused on 3 hours. Okay, next, start in an easy room first. The easiest rooms are the kitchen and the bathroom, generally. I like to start in the kitchen because when we streamline the kitchen, we streamline our life pretty much. And it's easier to make a decision about a pizza cutter or a utensil, pot or pan, than it is to make a decision about a book or a sentimental item, or the kids' toys, or I don't know. Some people might have a hard time with the kids' toys. It depends on if they're still using them or if they're grown up and out of the house, because that can be more challenging. But starting there helps because it's a utilitarian thing. You know exactly what you use consistently, and so it's easier to make those decisions. And understand that it's going to take more than one pass. We can buckle down, go full force. And if we start in the kitchen, then we go to the dining room and the living room and the bedrooms and the bathroom. By the time we're done with the bathroom, we're going to see things in the kitchen that we could get rid of more. Like, well, we just don't need those. Our decision-making muscle is so much stronger, and we have a better idea of what we want. We see how we've simplified, and we want to go deeper into that. So most people, it takes 2 to 3 passes, like serious passes, before they're at that place in their home where they feel like, yes, this is easy for me to maintain. I really like this place. I have to tell you that I did not work systematically. When I started decluttering, there wasn't as much guidance out there, and I just kind of worked sporadically, like flitted around from one area to another. I didn't have a system then. And it took me about 5 years before I saw a difference. We had a lot of stuff. We have a family of 8, and our house is primarily, we live in a 1,200 square foot, pretty much. So I did have different storage spaces. Like I had the garage, and I had our unfinished basement. But it took me about 5 years to really see a difference. And through that, like I had to learn how to be systematic in my decluttering, how to go from one area to another. I had to learn like all these different questions, like how to approach it so that I could get rid of as much as I wanted to, because I really did want to embrace minimalism. So if you follow a plan, it doesn't have to be my plan. You can make up your own plan. You can follow somebody else's plan. But having something laid out, like I'm going to do this cupboard, this cupboard, this cupboard, or this category, and room by room, and really committing to that time means you don't have to take 5 years. Like you can get this done in a several month period, and you can be free of it. Not that you're ever completely done, because there's always stuff coming in, and you have to make sure stuff moves back out. And we have to change our habits. We have to change our acquiring habits. So that is something else that I wanted to talk about, is to avoid recreational shopping. So what do I mean by recreational shopping? So this is something you do just for a hobby, because we think of recreation, we think of like camping, bicycling, hiking, those type of things. Well, a lot of us can go to shopping for our recreational activities. So if you want a minimal home, you have to shift the way you shop. So avoiding the clearance section. Don't stop in at stores just to see what's on sale. Don't head to Target just to get away and have your me time. Find other things to fill your time. And that is something that I've had to shift. So instead, I've had to learn like what really fills me up without acquiring more, because shopping can give us that hit of dopamine. Like it's really exciting to have this new shirt or this new doodad, and so we have to shift that and find that in other ways. If you do find something that you want or you think you need, then give yourself a wait rule of maybe 1 to 2 weeks where you just kind of sit and think about it. There was a gal in our group this week that said when she sees something that she wants on like Amazon or something, she'll stop and she'll look around her house and she'll be like, yep, I am very satisfied with my home the way it is, so I don't need to add any more to it. So this is a process, shifting the way we think about things. So there you go. If you want to declutter your home fast, you've got to make a commitment. You've got to set aside the time to do it. Go category by category, room by room, and make it a priority in your life to get this done. Treat it as an important thing, just like you would a dentist appointment or a doctor appointment. So doors close tonight on Unfuss Your Home boot camp. It is a boot camp. It is intense. So if this is something you want, that you really want to declutter your home fast, then this is the boot camp for you. It is intense. It is 1 to 3 hours a day. Every day, I work category by category. I come into my house, I open the cupboards, I show you exactly what I've done and my thought process behind it. We have an awesome Facebook group to just pull us together and have that support as we work, because this is intense work. We need cheerleaders to back us up and help us through this process. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, doors close tonight. We start Monday. We are going to take a 5-day break over the Thanksgiving holiday, and then we're going to jump right back into it. We're going to wrap up December 20th. You will have access to the course materials until December 30th, and then the course materials go away. So if you want that push to make a commitment and get the job done, then this is definitely the course for you. I have had so many people rave about how much change they made in their home and how pleased they were with their home, with the habits that they built, with the difference that they made. And it's a really, really productive time. So if you want that transformation, then this is it. Doors close tonight. Let's see, you can find out more and you can sign up on my website at nourishingminimalism.com, and the link will be in the video description. So that's it for me for this week. I will see you guys later.